When most people think of nightlife, they imagine loud music, flashing lights, and chaos. But in Monaco, the night belongs to a different class of women. Women who don't wait in lines. Women whose names never appear on guest lists, yet every door opens for them. Women whose power isn't measured by followers, but by silence. As the sun sinks into the Mediterranean, private terraces light up, champagne glasses clink softly, and billion-dollar decisions begin to unfold behind velvet curtains and aboard floating palaces. Tonight, we're stepping inside a world few will ever see, the secretive, elegant, and intoxicating nightlife of the rich and famous women of Monaco. Stay with us, because this is not the Monaco you see on postcards. When the sun slips behind the Mediterranean and the lights of Monte Carlo begin to glow, Monaco transforms into a private stage for one of the world's most exclusive social scenes. This is not nightlife in the loud, neon sense. It is refined, deliberate, and meticulously curated. For the rich and famous women of Monaco, heiresses, entrepreneurs, royals by marriage, fashion icons, and discreet power players, the night is a ritual where status is confirmed quietly, not shouted. A principality that never tries too hard. Monaco is small, but its reputation is outsized. Unlike other luxury capitals that rely on spectacle, Monaco's nightlife thrives on understatement. The women who move through this world understand this deeply. Their presence is rarely announced. There are no paparazzi scrums outside clubs, no chaotic entrances. Privacy is the ultimate luxury, and Monaco protects it fiercely. A typical night begins long before stepping into a venue. Preparation matters. Custom gowns tailored in Milan, Paris, or Beirut. Jewelry chosen not for excess but for provenance. Perfumes blended privately and never mass-produced. These women dress for recognition by insiders, not for attention from the crowd. The pre-evening. Private terraces and seafront dinners. Evenings often start in high-rise apartments overlooking Port Hercules or in hillside villas tucked above Monaco Ville. Champagne flows quietly on terraces as yachts drift below, their decks glowing softly in the dark. Conversations revolve around investments, upcoming galas, art acquisitions, or which charity event is worth attending this season. Dinner is rarely rushed. Reservations at places like Le Louis XV Alain Ducasse or hidden chef-driven salons are secured weeks in advance. The atmosphere is calm, controlled, and refined. Phones are face down. Being fully present is part of the culture. Casino Square, where presence is power. After dinner, many nights continue toward Casino Square, not necessarily into the casino itself, but into the ecosystem around it. The rich and famous women of Monaco may step into the Casino de Monte Carlo briefly, not to gamble recklessly, but to make appearances. A short walk through the marble halls, a quiet table visit, a nod to a familiar face, this is social currency. The true game here is not roulette or cards. It is visibility without overexposure. Everyone notices who arrives, who leaves early, and who stays long enough to be remembered. Exclusive lounges and discreet clubs. Monaco's nightlife venues operate on an unspoken hierarchy. Entry is not about money alone, but reputation. Women at the top of this social sphere frequent refined lounges where music is curated, not deafening, and where seating arrangements matter. These places favor velvet booths, low lighting, and attentive staff who already know preferences, sparkling water temperature, preferred vintage, and when to offer privacy. Conversations are intimate and measured. Deals are suggested, alliances tested, invitations extended. Fame behaves differently here. A woman may be globally recognized, yet in Monaco she is simply known. That distinction keeps the atmosphere balanced. Nobody performs for the room adjusts to those inside it. Yachts after midnight. As the night deepens, the scene often shifts from land to sea. Monaco's port becomes a constellation of moving lights, and private yachts turn into floating salons. For the rich and famous women of Monaco, these gatherings are among the most controlled and selective spaces of all. Music is softer, curated to match the tempo of the evening. There is laughter, storytelling, and strategic silence. The Mediterranean breeze replaces club air, and conversations stretch without interruption. These moments, detached from crowds, are where trust is built. Yachts are not about display here, they are about separation from noise. Invitations are personal. Declining one politely can be as meaningful as accepting. Fashion as quiet authority. One striking feature of Monaco's nightlife is restraint. The women who dominate the scene rarely chase trends aggressively. Instead, they set them discreetly. A single archival piece worn at the right moment can command more respect than an entire runway look. Accessories often carry stories. A watch inherited, a clutch from a limited atelier, jewelry that is never repeated twice in public. This subtle approach signals permanence rather than novelty, a key marker of real influence in Monaco. Safety, trust, and social boundaries. Monaco's exceptional security allows women to move freely at night without concern. This safety changes the atmosphere dramatically. There is no urgency, no defensive behavior. Trust is assumed, boundaries are respected, and staff intervene quietly before issues surface. This controlled environment is one reason many powerful women prefer Monaco to larger nightlife capitals. It allows connection without chaos and pleasure without risk. When the night ends, the night rarely ends dramatically. There is no closing anthem or final rush. Departures are staggered and subtle. A car arrives silently. A yacht pulls away from the port. By the time dawn hints at the horizon, the city appears untouched, as if nothing extraordinary happened at all. Yet deals were shaped, alliances refined, and reputations reinforced. The true luxury of Monaco's nightlife. For the rich and famous women of Monaco, nightlife is not escape, it is continuity. It mirrors their daytime world, controlled, elegant, and purposeful. The glamour exists, but it is disciplined. Excess is available, but rarely used. This is a nightlife where influence whispers instead of shouts, where presence matters more than performance, and where the most powerful statement is simply being there, and leaving exactly when you choose. In Monaco, the night belongs to those who understand that true wealth does not seek attention. It moves quietly, confidently, and always on its own terms. If you enjoyed this rare look into the hidden world of power, luxury, and elite lifestyles, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We explore the stories they never tell you, the money behind the glamour, the influence behind the smiles, and the lifestyles reserved for the world's most powerful. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next story might be even more exclusive. See you in the next one.